This Miguel Cotto. 4-year age advantage for Cotto, if advantage it be. Which is the fresher body at this point? Most would probably say Mayweather. They are equal in height. There's an arm length advantage of 3 inches from the armpit to the end of the fist on Mayweather's behalf, and it may be very significant in the fight. He did not have to go all the way up to 154, and this is only his second trip to the weight class. Went up to 151 instead, and Miguel Cotto weighed in right on the limit of 154. He's been fighting in this weight class, and comfortably so, for 3 years.
Hold on, give me a t-shirt.
Along with Manny Pacquiao, these are 2 of the 3 most experienced big fight fighters in the sport. They've been through the ritual many times before. They know everything about this experience. They know this building inside out. There's nothing new about any of this for either Mayweather or Cotto.
Well, but there is something new, Jim, and that is that we have this unusual circumstance of Floyd Mayweather fighting here tonight because there was his justice delayed 6 months because of what kind of an economic powerhouse he is here in Las Vegas. And here we have an elite athlete we know, and he knows, is going to spend his summer at a jail in downtown Las Vegas. How does that play into his mentality? Probably not, but it's something I don't recall.
Now, coming to the ring, 7-time world champion Floyd Money Mayweather.
You know, I think 50 Cent fits right into the shot. Am I the only one who finds Justin Bieber a little bit somewhat out of place in this camera shot? Or does Justin Bieber fit right in because it's Vegas, it's showbiz, it's big time?
Well, it speaks to Mayweather's cleverness in marketing himself to the audience. He's going to make north of $40 million tonight.
That's a good number.
That puts him in the 1/10 of the 1%, I think.
I know of only one fight which would earn him more money.
What would
That's
that
why
be?
you may never see that fight if he can make this type of money without taking a risk of losing a fight.
But what's 40 when you could make 75?
When you get up in those numbers, who cares? 40, 50, 70, 30.
Good point.
But he did a great job of marketing himself, particularly on the 24/7.
He's done an amazing job of connecting to a broad niche in American society. And it pays him on a daily basis. I read in a magazine article that he gets $100,000 to stroll through a nightclub and make it rain by throwing $20 bills around. I mean, how much does Bieber get to go to a nightclub? Meanwhile, here's Miguel Cotto.
Well, maybe Bieber thinks it raises his visibility by being with Mayweather.
Cotto in company with the trainer whom he took on just last year, Pedro Diaz, former trainer of amateur fighters in Cuba, was involved in the Olympic team effort in Cuba. Such tremendous success over the decades. He's also a professor of philosophy and sports medicine in Cuba, and now working here in the United States. Cotto's young son, Miguel Jr., walking in front of this group.
You know, Cotto has earned his popularity in the fight world, and particularly in Puerto Rico, which has had more outstanding fighters pound for pound than any country I know of, because he's done it the old-fashioned way. Fought them all, and then had that great series with Margarito.
Boricua de Puerto Rico, el Ángel Miguel Cotto.
Soy lo que dejaron, soy todas las obras de lo que se robaron.
In the discussions leading up to the fight, Emmanuel Stewart, many people have said, well, Cotto could have a chance in the fight if somehow he could manage to get Mayweather into the kind of fight he had against Zab Judah in Madison Square Garden 5 years ago. It was a glorious night, an amazing fight, big moments for both fighters in the fight. Ultimately, he wore Judah down, beat him up physically, and got what I believe was an 11th round technical knockout. Any chance we see that fighter again, and if so, would he have a chance to win?
Well, I think he still has a much better chance than the 7-1 odds reflect you. But nevertheless, you know, Zab Judah is not on the level of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is one of the most intelligent boxers ever. He thinks well at all times and under all conditions, and that's a big factor to him going through this fight.
They're in the ring. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, and Miguel Cotto Promotions are proud to present, with dedication to the memory of Burt Randolph Sugar, the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the World and the vacant WBC Diamond Belt Championship. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network, AT&T, rethink possible. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Don't miss Hatfields and McCoy's on History. The Feud begins Memorial Day, 9 p.m., 8 Central only on History. DeWalt Power Tools and their 20-volt brushless technology, they are guaranteed tough. And Puebla, Cinco de Mayo, Viva Puebla, Viva Cinco de Mayo, Viva Mexico. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Skip Avancino, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, the World Boxing Association President Gilberto Mendoza Sr., WBC President Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring on the 10-point system, Robert Hoyle, Patricia Morse Jarman, and Dave Moretti. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Tony Weeks. And now, the officials are ready, the fighters are ready. And millions upon millions of fans around the world, courtesy of HBO pay-per-view, are ready. From the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the red corner with trainer Roger Mayweather, wearing black, officially weighing 151 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 42 fights, 42 victories, including 26 knockouts, with 7 world titles in 5 divisions. Tonight, he challenges for number 8. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, former junior lightweight, world champion, former lightweight, world champion, former super lightweight, world champion, three-time welterweight world champion and former super welterweight champion of the world, Floyd Money Mayweather. And fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer Pedro Diaz, wearing black with gray, official weight 154 pounds. An outstanding professional record consisting of 37 victories, including 30 knockouts, and only 2 defeats, with 4 world championships in 3 divisions. He is the former light welterweight world champion, 2-time welterweight world champion, and reigning, defending WBA super welterweight champion of the world. Boricuas están listos. Presentar de Caguas, Puerto Rico, el Ángel Miguel Cotto.
Over here. One guy. Get over here. Come on.
Okay, gentlemen, caballeros, you already received your instructions. Usted recibió instrucciones. Okay, look, if it goes right here, it's okay. Anything below that's low. Aquí está bien, aquí no. If it goes right here, it's okay. Anything below that's low. I want a good, clean fight. Yo quiero una pelea limpia. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Escúchame, cuídate, listos. Let's go. Vámonos.
Floyd Mayweather has been so dominant that in his fights, the question is not who, but how and when. It's up to Miguel Cotto to change that perception and that script.
Can it really be 16 years since the kid we used to call Pretty Boy Floyd was on the Olympic team in Atlanta? Could his pro career have really lasted that long? And Larry's so right about his recent dominance. He doesn't lose fights. He very seldom loses rounds. So let's see what Cotto can do to try to upset the brilliance of Floyd Mayweather.
We should mention that they're using 10-ounce gloves in this division. 10-ounce gloves are the same gloves that heavyweights wear. Well, I don't know, Manuel, maybe you can tell us how that could impact this fight.
Well, originally, Floyd wanted 8-ounce gloves because he wanted to, I guess, maximize his speed and power. And surprisingly, Miguel wanted 10 ounces. And Miguel's reason for that, he said he get better protection by having wider gloves. So ultimately, the decision came down to the boxing commission. They said one guy couldn't have one size, and because they almost agreed on that, one having 10 and one having 8. So the commissioner decided to make it 10 ounces, which is the standard rule for junior middleweights and all.
Exactly right. It's been a rule in Las Vegas for several years now. If you're at 154, you wear 10-ounce gloves. If you're at 147, you wear 8-ounce gloves. And like Mayweather was accustomed to the 8-ounce glove.
But Larry, I like your idea. I mean, the same weight gloves for these guys, 154 pounds. It's like Latimer Klitschko, my guy who weighs about 100 pounds more. I think an in-between size of a 9-ounce glove would be appropriate.
Round one is not a mismatch so far. Cotto's landed a couple of punches and gotten in on Mayweather, but Mayweather, as usual, is flexing his jab from the outside, looking for space. Remember, he can lead with a jab, he can lead with a left hook, he can lead with a straight right hand. His right hand over the top counterpunching is maybe the best and most effective punch in the sport. His left hook is equally devastating. Against Ortiz in the early rounds, he was landing more or less at will. Cotto's better than Ortiz.
Well, you have two world-class fighters here, really. Not only this is what the title is, ring kings, that's what they are. I mean, it's not just Mayweather and an opponent. Both of the guys are world championship caliber opponents.
Stop.
They trade body shots, and then Mayweather clamps down on Cotto. Tony Weeks breaks him apart. Tony Weeks has been a tremendously prominent referee here in Las Vegas ever since his work in Corrales Castillo 1 9 years ago. Cotto momentarily cutting off the ring on Floyd Mayweather. Misses with the right hand. Miguel is fighting with confidence and getting something done here and there.
And the reason they raise the glove size is because they can influence how a fight goes. I mean, we've heard gloves called pillows. You could sleep in these gloves.
Cotto fighting behind the tight defensive guard. Hasn't taken all that much in the first round. Mayweather got in a couple shots before the end. Cotto got in a body shot. Interesting.
That's what you have to do right there. Don't do no more than what you're doing right now. Boxing all day long. Too much skill point. Do what you do. Make the fight easy. Make it easy. Get close to you, tie him up. That's it. Keep boxing. Keep boxing.
You okay? When you're on the inside, shoulder to the side and work. Work, Jordy.
Can you fathom what Cotto's strategy is in this fight, Emmanuel?
Well, he's trying to get in close. He's trying to take the distance away from Floyd, crowd him. And that's the only thing he can do. He can't try to outbox Floyd. So he's just trying to get in close and make it more of a physical fight.
CompuBox numbers in round one say Mayweather, he landed 13 out of 39. To Cotto, only 5 of 36. But that big difference came from jabs. Mayweather landed 8 jabs to only, or 11 jabs, I should say, to only 5 for Cotto. Stop. Or 3, I should say. Cotto landed 2 power shots. Bottom line is, the numbers say it was a Mayweather round, but Cotto was in the round. Right hand over the top by Mayweather. Miguel Cotto taking advantage of the opportunity to get a little bit physical with Floyd. Usually Floyd retaliates for stuff like that with punches.
And this time he shook hands with him, which a bit of a contrast to the end of the Ortiz fight.
Well, I'd say it's 2 different classes right here that from what both guys have been fighting in the past. And at this stage right now, Floyd is winning the fight, but he has been able to really penetrate effectively against the defense of Cotto.
Hands free.
And I should say vice versa.
Floyd fired 2 right-hand shots over the top, and both of them were partially blocked, but partially landed. Cotto landed a right hand there while breaking away. Very hard to land a right hand against Floyd Mayweather because of the shoulder roll defense, which he has protected, or perfected throughout his career.
Sugar Ray Leonard told me if he were fighting Mayweather, he would not try to hit his jaw. He says you can't hit the jaw. You have to hit him higher on the hip.
I've always thought that if you're ever going to beat him, the formula is body shots.
But it's not that easy. Mayweather works very good with his left shoulder.
This is the plan for Cotto for sure. Corner Mayweather in the corner and try to land against him along the ropes. This is a much more competitive fight than was the case against Victor Ortiz in the first 2 rounds. Miguel Cotto just missed that left hook.
And this is sort of the newish Mayweather who is trying to get away from mitts Mayweather to hits Mayweather.
Definitely becoming a much more offensive fighter in the last 2 or 3 outings, and showing it here as Miguel Cotto's forcing him to be an offensive fighter.
Yeah, but Miguel can't really get Floyd's body in the right position where he can effectively land his left hook. Floyd is always leaning over to his right, where Miguel can't really land his best punch with his left hook to the body.
He's managed to get him pinned against the ropes, but of course, just as he's brilliant at everything else, Mayweather's brilliant at fighting off the ropes. Crowd loves it because they can feel a sense of competition here.
Listen, come in, go in with the feint. Go with the feint and be more effective with the contact. Careful with your uppercut. Careful with your defense so you don't catch the uppercuts, all right? Work them and then push them off. All right, champ. Be more active. Be more active. Get closer. If you're tense, move back, move your legs into the box.
Even though Floyd is considered the defense fighter in the fight, you see him landing shots, very good eyes, picking shots right between the gloves, the side of the gloves. Even though Miguel has his hands up high, Floyd is finding little gaps to get inside.
And even though those gloves look about 10 inches wide each.
Here's Miguel Cotto's mom, seated in the first row at ringside. Power shots in round 2. Mayweather 11 of 28, Cotto 9 of 38. Cotto got in a couple of body shots that were good in that round. Jab lands for Cotto. He has a well-timed jab. It's not quick necessarily, but he can throw it at the moment when you don't expect it.
I haven't seen Cotto in a while, Jim. Has he always worn these high pink socks?
No, I haven't seen them before. I do not recall seeing them.
Well, they both have fashion statements. Mayweather with what looks like some kind of a leather trunks.
The Cotto constituency in the crowd begins to chant for their man. Cotto, Cotto, Cotto. Miguel fighting behind a tight guard, as you pointed out, Emmanuel. And he gets in body shots, but takes a flush right hand from Mayweather for his trouble. That's the trouble with going to the body against Floyd. You get countered with the straight right hand.
Yeah, but see, Floyd really isn't putting his body in the position. If a guy's got his body bending forward from the center part, Miguel can land his left hook to the body, but he can't do it that much with Floyd. Floyd is protecting his side, his right side, where he gets hit at the hooks. And also, look at Floyd's eyes. All throughout all of these punches, he has unbelievable eye contact. One of the best I've ever saw since Muhammad Ali. Never loses the focus of his opponent as he's fighting.
Still, he's taking considerably more contact in the first 3 rounds here than has been the case in most of his recent fights.
Yeah, but he's rolling most of those punches. He's not getting in that side. He's blocking and rolling his shoulders.
As usual. Little right hand to the body by Cotto, and he sticks it upstairs, and Mayweather smiles and shakes his head. Here's the jab, and he got it right onto the chin of Mayweather.
That is the punch that Mayweather is more vulnerable than any punch is a jab, particularly if you jab over top of his right hand.
Cotto lands another jab. Mayweather counters it with the right hand over the top. Now he leads with the right hand. Miguel almost got money on a right hand there. Lancing blow. Now he lands the jab again.
Well, we saw De La Hoya land a lot of jabs, particularly in the first 8-9 rounds.
And some body shots as well.
And Mayweather took those shots.
De La Hoya ultimately couldn't keep it all together. Faded in the closing part of the fight.
Manos libres. Hamstring. Stop.
Well, it may be another Floyd Mayweather whitewash in the making as he seems to be winning the rounds, but it's a good fight. 50 Cent applauding at ringside and getting more than 50 cents worth so far.
Clean nose. Good box skill. Keep doing the box skill. It's all good. We don't need that. It was a tag. All you do is keep doing what you're doing right now. Make it easy.
Here you see what I was saying earlier. Even though Miguel is throwing a lot of punches, creating a lot of excitement, Floyd has ability to keep eye focus on his opponent and the roll, using his shoulders and his right glove, makes it virtually impossible to land a clean blow on him.
Statistically, the greatest defender ever tracked by CompuBox. At this point in his career, in all the fights tracked by CompuBox, Mayweather allows opponents to land 16% of their punches. Now, Cotto's doing better than that so far. Power shots through 3. Mayweather 23 of 65. Cotto's 16 of 88. Harold, how'd you score the first 3?
I got it 3-0, 30-27, Floyd Mayweather. You know, Jim, I love the way he gets off first all the time, you know? That right hand to the top of the head just kills me. I mean, he slaps him hard with that right hand to his bald head, and he's got to be doing some damage with it. Floyd Mayweather just, I don't know, he's a very, very tough guy to fight. Gets off first, lands hard shots. He's very quick, even up on the ropes. I think he's landing more punches. 3-0, Mayweather.
Something you need to watch too. For Miguel to punch, he has a little bounce, and then he has to like start a charge to move forward. Floyd moves at a nice, smooth, slow rhythm, and he punches out at a different speed. And it's very hard to time his punches. Whereas Miguel, you can see him, he bounces in, and then you can see his punches coming.
Mayweather lands a right hand around Cotto's glove, lands another right hand around Cotto's glove. He's beginning to sweep the right hand rather than throwing it over the top, and he's landing it more solidly now.
Well, that's been his ace, and he keeps playing the ace.
See that right away. You can see him coming in because he has to bounce, and then he starts a little charge. Floyd could see it in timing.
Mayweather again landing the right hand around the guard of Miguel Cotto. You said yesterday, Emmanuel Stewart, Floyd Mayweather is the #1 adjuster from moment to moment, makes better technical adjustments than anybody else in the sport. He's already made a big one here, changing the arc on his right hand, and effectively so.
Very intelligent fighter, knows how to make adjustments, and has unbelievable mental stamina to going through a fight. He can concentrate very well late in the fight as well as the early part of a fight.
Hands free. Oh, boy.
Fun to see him match wits against another smart fighter.
But basically, Jim, so far the fight has gone exactly the way people thought it would. They couldn't see how Cotto was going to really break through that defense.
Great defense on Miguel's part there also.
Pretty good defense by Miguel, and he landed a couple solid shots there.
Well, you can be sure he's creating some anxiety to Floyd, even though he may be behind on points. Floyd is not having his way as he would like. Miguel is catching a lot of his punches also.
Yeah, Miguel is blocking or semi-blocking most of those inside
Stop, I
punches.
got you.
For instance, the crowd goes ooh and ah because Mayweather's head went back when Cotto threw the right hand against the ropes there, but Mayweather was pulling his head back, getting it away from the punch. There is a slight trickle of blood from the left nostril of Floyd Mayweather.
That's been bleeding for about 2 rounds.
There's another one in the bank. There's another one in the bank. Keep thinking,
Get into the contact zone, champ. Into the contact zone. Work close. Then right. Come on, let's go into the contact zone and work. Straight shots. And then repeat it. All right. Let's go. Do you hear me? Push him. Push him. Work on the inside. Work on the inside. Go to the side. Pull him. Work. Come on, damn it. Let's go. Let's go.
Traditionally, Floyd Mayweather is known for his little right hand leads through the center. But seeing the position that Cotto holds his hand, he's throwing the shot around the side of the high defense.
Power shots in round 4. Mayweather 17 out of 32, fueled by those sweeping right hands. Cotto 3 of 17. Miguel has been landing his jab from time to time, has trouble getting power shots in because of the brilliant defense of Floyd Mayweather. But it's a good fight, and the crowd's enjoying it.
Nothing lands flush on Mayweather, it seems, except an occasional jab.
Doesn't stop Cotto for trying. He's fighting a very determined fight.
May is Mayweather. He beat Oscar De La Hoya 5 years ago tonight in a career-changing fight.
Why is Mayweather agreeing to stay in the corner there?
What he's done, Floyd is rolling his left shoulder. He's fighting, leaning back, and then just throwing punches and then leaning back in the defensive mode. So he's not getting hit in those exchanges now. Mostly what Cotto is fighting is Floyd Mayweather's left shoulder. But as the fight goes on, if Cotto can continue to do this, he may make Floyd come out of his comfort zone and have to get into a real fight.
Indeed. Isn't Mayweather's advantage bigger in the center of the ring?
Yes, I think that Cotto's fighting the best fight that he could fight.
Come on, let him go right tell you.
And should fight.
I wondered if that was a great straight right hand by Mayweather. It appeared to me at the end of the last between rounds period, Emmanuel, that Miguel Cotto was breathing very hard, even at the end of a minute of rest. Do you see his stamina fading here?
Well, I can't say at this stage. I didn't notice that much, but it could be. But you cannot get tired with a fighter like Mayweather.
Right hand over the top for Cotto, partial contact.
He's having to fight harder, oddly enough, against Mayweather to get in there and stay in close than he did against Margarito, where he could measure his pace. So we'll see if all of that scientific conditioning he supposedly went through is going to help him sustain this.
And by the way, Larry, you mentioned that Mayweather beat De La Hoya in May just because they're a match set, perhaps. He also beat Shane Mosley in May 2 years ago. They're trading shots. Mayweather's still getting the best of it, but there's blood trickling from his nose again. Cotto's making a mark here and there, as many expected him to do early in the fight.
I think Cotto was hurt by maybe a left hand a little bit about 10 seconds ago, but he regained his balance.
Breathe.
Yeah, this is typical.
You understand me, champ? Come on, you understand me? Are you good? Okay, close up your guard. Close up your guard. Close up your guard when you're there. And a series of punches. When he's down there, push him. He's cut. Okay? We gotta increase our rhythm. Gotta build now.
Even though this was some heated exchanges in the last round, but still, if you look very closely, Floyd rolls punches, gets away from it, and catches punches back, and with his counter, and then he'll turn his shoulder back and put his body back over. I call it in a safety zone again. Miguel is working very hard and not landing that many blows.
Well, you saw the right hand whistle past Mayweather's head, and that's typical of what happens when you try to hit Floyd with a right hand. But Harold Letterman gave the round to Cotto, so he has made a mark in the fight. On Letterman's card, anyway.
Not a lot has seemed to have worked for Cotto, but he keeps working. And, you know, sometimes that pays off.
And he's a heavier boned guy than Floyd. He's basically bigger.
Well, you know, when Floyd fought at 130 in the Olympics, Cotto fought at 140. So there's a natural little bit of a size difference between them now.
Right hand down the middle by Mayweather. Good jab by Cotto.
Now Mayweather is standing in the middle of the ring. And why would he go to the ropes if he has this advantage here?
Mayweather hasn't really stopped Miguel's jab, and the result is that he's bleeding from the nose again for the third round in a row.
I think that's a little embarrassing for him, for Mayweather, who, you know, is so proud of his boxing ability and his ability to out-jab almost every opponent.
Good left hook by Cotto. Improvised it from an odd position. Mayweather smiling at him in there. And that grin quite often means, okay, you got me a little bit. Don't think you're actually making any damage here. Lands the jab again. Mayweather shakes his head.
And suddenly Mayweather is the stalker.
And he whips Miguel with a right hand. Quite an unstoppable weapon for Mayweather in his last few fights. The Right hand inside by Mayweather as Cotto missed the jab. Very lively Miguel Cotto on his feet here in round 6.
But I don't know if that's a fight he should be fighting, letting Floyd rest. I think he should keep pressure and keep working behind his left jab. But he starts fighting like that, started reminiscing of the first fight with Margarito, where he's burning up too much energy.
Now, suddenly Mayweather is the stalker, and Cotto is backing up and becoming more of a counterpuncher. Is he doing that by design, Emmanuel, or does he have to?
No, under pressure, that's a natural tendency of Miguel, is to start boxing when you put a lot of pressure on him off the top. See, before Floyd wasn't applying pressure, but Floyd is now starting to be more physical, being more aggressive, and as a result, Miguel is taking off now. And Miguel doesn't fight this well this way because he's going to get tired.
He managed to beat Joshua Cotto this way, but Cotto was no Floyd Mayweather.
No.
That motherfucker running. You keep taking that motherfucker by, you may stop that motherfucker. Why this face shit? Look, keep walking that motherfucker. He ready to quit now.
Hey, vamos allá.
Okay, let's go.
Tiende la mano adelante, no se la quite. Ahora con
Straight
fuerza,
hand,
ahora
you
con
strike
fuerza,
first. Now you're going to start boxing now, all right?
Vamos.
Round 6 was a brilliant display of defense by both fighters. Mayweather was 9 of 50, only 18%. Cotto was 8 of 41, 20%. Harold, how do you have it halfway through the fight?
Jim, I've got it 4 rounds to 2, 58-56 Floyd Mayweather. I'll tell you, Jim, in rounds 5 and 6, I thought Miguel Cotto outfought him. I mean, he took him on the ropes in round 5, and he banged him real good. And in round 6, even in the middle of the round, Floyd Mayweather went to that, cross your hands across your heart defense, leaves his head open, and Miguel Cotto got him all bloody. So, I mean, I just thought that Miguel did more fighting in 5 and 6, got himself into the fight a little bit. 4-2, Floyd Mayweather.
Wonder when's the last time any scorer anywhere had Floyd Mayweather losing 2 rounds in a row.
Well, I haven't. I've given Cotto just the last round, but he's giving a good account of himself against a master boxer like Mayweather.
That right hand was blocked. That right hand was blocked. That right hand was blocked. Cotto's doing a much better job of blocking the right, at least in this round. Little uppercut pop inside for Cotto. They seem to be amused in Mayweather's corner that he's bleeding from the nose and the mouth between rounds, but judges see that stuff, and some of them score it.
But, the one thing has always been a negative against Miguel. He has facial features that tend to swell up and bust up so easily in fights, and I'm surprised that right now it hasn't gotten too bad, but his face still looks with a lot of whelps around.
He got in 2 good body shots, which I think were the best connected punches so far in this round. A right and a left to the body by Cotto there. Mayweather's slowed down his punch output right now. May step it up again soon, but for the moment he's looking at Cotto and trying to get a bead on exactly what Miguel's doing now. And there's the Mayweather flurry.
And there was a time when Mayweather didn't throw those kinds of meaningful 2 or 3 punch combinations that he's doing now. It's like he's going from being a hip-hop fighter to a rap fighter.
Stop. Did Mayweather stop sweeping the right hand, or has Cotto found a way to block it better, Emmanuel?
Well, Mayweather's never been that effective. He landed a few times, but that's never been. In fact, he hasn't really found a signature punch to hit Cotto with throughout the entire fight. Normally shoots a little short right hand, leads through the center, but they wasn't working with Cotto, so he abandoned that. He hasn't found a good punch yet. Jab. Then the closest he's getting is that right hand, sweeping right hand, but that hasn't been out effective neither.
Do you think he's surprised by all the movement? Miguel bouncing around on his feet, side to side.
Yeah, definitely. When I was talking to most of the reporters and stuff going into the fight, and I told them I thought 71 was ridiculous. It should be maybe 75. And this justifies what I was saying. These are 2 world-class fighters.
Left hand shot to the body by Cotto. doing a pretty good job of blocking Mayweather's right hand again. That's another round you could conceivably score for Miguel Cotto. There's Floyd Mayweather's current girlfriend, Miss Jackson, a star on 24/7, and that dress
Touch that body, motherfucker. He make quick.
is star quality.
That dress.
Body.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone.
Keep touching that body.
More blood from the nose.
Vamos ahora.
Combinations that we spoke of, all right? Come on, you're conditioning. Close your guard. Repeat it. Repeat the button, the uppercut, and then out. Use the combinations.
Here you see the defense of Miguel Cotto, where he blocked the sweeping right hand and came back with a short jab of his own, which has probably been the most significant punch in the entire fight between the two camps. Has been Miguel Cotto's left jab.
Power shots in round 7. Mayweather 5 of 18. Cotto 4 of 14. We're into round 8 of a scheduled 12. And Miguel Cotto is not yet out of the fight.
A rare right hand that landed pretty well on Mayweather's chin.
Cotto got away with a low blow right below the belt and hammered it against Mayweather. Another right hand shot to the body. Mayweather's allowing some body shots here, which could be a factor later in the fight. Boom! Cotto's putting a lot of impetus on him. Good left hook. Semi-uppercut by Mayweather. Cotto takes it well. Big uppercut by Mayweather with the left hand. Now he's found another weapon. Emmanuel, he comes back to it again.
And this is what he's been looking for, trying to find a good punch. And I think he's found it's a left uppercut. And this is what's the challenge with fighting Floyd. Going down the stretch, Floyd thinks so well when he's tired. And this is going to be the challenge because often Miguel has fell apart at this stage mentally.
Well, we've seen 2 excellent adjustments so far in the fight by Mayweather. Early on, he started sweeping the right hand, landing it around Cotto's left glove, the guard which was up against his chin, and then now, in the last minute, those 4 left-hand uppercuts along the ropes. But Cotto makes his mark, too. What a determined effort by Miguel Cotto. Cotto. Mayweather landing back, but Cotto is the one who's putting hard leather on his man. This fight is evening up.
Mayweather hasn't lost a round this clearly and solidly for some time.
A clear win in this round for Miguel Cotto, and there may be scorecards here which have the fight even at this point.
And those cheers you hear in the background are fans cheering the blood on Mayweather.
Come on, damn it.
Here you see Miguel having Floyd trapped in the corner, making it a physical brawl, doing exactly what's the best thing and the only thing that he can do to beat Floyd. And he's maybe not landing all of the blows clean enough, but he's created a lot of distress and discomfort for Floyd, something that he's not used to.
High drama in Las Vegas. CompuBox numbers in 8. Mayweather 13 of 75. Cotto at 20 of 65. 3 rounds in a row that Cotto has won on Harold Letterman's card. When was the last time on any scorecard anywhere that Mayweather lost 3 rounds in a row? Cotto's body shots in that round began to sound like Canelo Alvarez's body shots against Shane Mosley.
Yeah, but he hasn't really been that effective getting Floyd's body twisted enough to the center where he can effectively hit him to the body. But it's just the pressure that he's putting on Floyd, and Floyd can't do much himself.
Mayweather again with the right hand around Cotto's guard. Straight right hand. That one was blocked. Cotto's defending well in this round. Hasn't gotten much done offensively. Left hook by Cotto. Jab by Cotto. Mayweather with a body shot.
Now Cotto is fighting off the ropes. This is a real crowd-pleasing fight.
I got you.
Regardless of the score.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's the most crowd-pleasing fight of Floyd Mayweather's career.
Well, I haven't saw him have to do this since he was an amateur. To make the Olympic team, he had to win a fight like this with a guy named August Sanchez. And he came through when he had to. But I have not seen him have to do this as a professional fighter. Toughest fight was Jose Luis Castillo, the first fight. But never in this level right here.
Cotto's a better fighter tonight than Castillo was in that first fight.
But Floyd is still dangerous in these late rounds. He thinks too well still.
That left uppercut again.
Yep.
Mayweather missed with those. Missed with the right hand at the end. Cotto's confident as he walks back to his corner with a little bit of a lilt in his gait.
Do it again, shut him out. Now wipe his nose.
When he's on the ropes, you gotta work. You gotta work there. Come on, champion. Come on, champion. You gotta close up. Close up the defense just the same. Build. How you doing? Good? Good. You good? Good. Say, let's go.
Use the boxes here. That's it.
All right, guys, let's go.
Touch him in the body every now and then.
CompuBox total numbers through 9 rounds tell the story of a fight being controlled by Floyd Mayweather. He's landed 136 punches by CompuBox count, only 87 for Cotto. But that's not what the crowd sees, and it may not be what the judges see. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, I got it 87-84, 6 rounds to 3, Floyd Mayweather. But you know, Jim, I'm really disappointed in Miguel Cotto because in round 9, when he could have just closed up this fight, made it as close as possible, he didn't fight. He didn't fight the 9th round, and it killed him. I mean, I would have gone out there and punched like a son of a gun around 9, and Cotto gave it up, and it's a damn shame. 6-3, Floyd Mayweather.
Frankly, he might have been exhausted. This is a tremendous physical effort for 31-year-old Miguel Cotto, who's been through so many wars, has had so many more difficult rounds in the ring than has Floyd Mayweather.
That's very, very true, Jim. Those accustomed to monster beatings by Margarito and Pacquiao. But he's fought back from them, and he's fighting back here, and he trusts his new trainer.
Stop.
We'll see if the stamina problems that have bedeviled him in the past do here in the last third of the fight.
You know, even though he lost, and we all know about the 2 fights with Margarita and the fight with Manny Pacquiao, he still suffered a lot of punishment in the fight with Cotto and with Zab Judah.
Yeah, but, you know.
And to some degree with Mosley. He took a lot of punishment. And Torres, when he was into. He's had a lot of rough fights.
I don't see any lack of will. Anything that's happened to him in the past that's relevant to what's happening here tonight.
I agree.
He's
Stop.
He's fighting as hard as he can.
He's making Puerto Rico proud. Lands the left.
You could say he's making Floyd earn his $40 or $45 million.
Great job with his left glove blocking those right hands. Now Floyd lands the left.
So Floyd is still, as I said earlier, is very, very good going down the stretch because his ability to think. But in all of those punches that Miguel is throwing, very, very few punches land clean. It created excitement. But outside of the jabs, it's very few punches land really clean and that effectively.
Judges are more likely, even the best judges, to score what you throw more than what you land. It's very hard to see on the fly which punches land cleanly and which ones don't. We have the advantage of the television camera. Two rounds to go.
Yep.
Easy.
Shut him out.
Can't get no kickback.
Put him on water.
Put him on water.
Shut him out. Shut him out. Come on.
The same combination like we spoke of, okay? Breathe.
Vamos a subirlo ahora.
Gotta build.
Vamos, compadre. Vamos, que se va
Let's
para
go,
allá.
baby, let's go.
Vamos, compadre. ¿Entiendes? Repítale. Vamos,
Repeat the
vamos ahora.
combination. This is going to the 11th. 11 and 12. Repeat the 3. Close it out. Put it in there.
Ok, vamos allá.
Let's go.
Vamos, campeón.
Championship rounds for two championship fighters. Mayweather now safely in a 4-point lead on Harold Letterman's scorecard. Straight right hand by Mayweather. Mayweather's stamina over the course of long fights throughout his career has been nearly incredible. Sometimes he seems better in the 10th, 11th, and 12th. But here, he appears to have had something taken out of him by the fight, just like Cotto.
Now, this is an experience that Floyd has not had to experience too much as a professional fighter, particularly 12 rounds.
A bigger, physical fighter who is getting to him from time to time.
Hands free. No hold, Floyd.
You know, this is just Floyd's 5th fight since he fought De La Hoya. He hasn't taken a lot of punishment in his career, but he's 35, and maybe some of this is because he is 35.
Stop.
It makes the prospect for Mayweather, assuming he wins tonight, of a matchup with 21-year-old Canelo Alvarez seem all that much more tantalizing.
Jim, I asked Oscar De La Hoya about that when I was interviewing him after the fight, and he said he didn't think Alvarez was ready yet.
Well, and he's Alvarez's promoter,
Right.
so that tells you a lot. That makes sense. I think most of us believe if Canelo does that, it's for the money.
Well, it is professional prize fighting. But people have in mind Fernando Vargas and Trinidad, and they don't really want to see a young fighter get outclassed or outpunched.
Trinidad was a commit to the target, thunderous power puncher. Floyd's more of a pure boxer and a brilliant one. Great left hook, just missed. Cotto slowing down here in the 11th round. Mayweather beginning to take charge again.
Stop, 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 stop.
Quick left hook landed from Mayweather. No. The check hook that knocked out Ricky Hatton.
Yeah, but it's a different quality of fighter than Ricky Hatton.
He's good.
All right.
With the bag.
Last round.
Continuously with the straight shots. Working the 3 minutes every round. Okay?
Too much water.
This is the one. This is the deciding one. This is the deciding one. It's even.
In the 11th round, Mayweather landed 13 out of 33 power shots. That's the largest number of punches of that kind that he's landed in the fight since the 5th round. A sign that his extraordinary stamina is surfacing once again. Like a lifeboat, it carries him through.
His physical and mental stamina.
Stop.
Tony Weeks has done a great job. Cotto and Mayweather are chatting with each other now.
Fans are so unused to seeing Mayweather in a hard fight and bleeding that they are really excited about this. Cotto have enough left for 2 minutes to the finish line. And on he keeps coming.
Well, nobody doubted that Miguel Cotto would try his best and give it everything he had. Nobody would have doubted that. That has certainly come to the fore. But on the other hand, technical skill wins prize fights. Or as the Mayweathers like to say, skills pay the bills. And his skills are still superior.
He must have some big bills.
Stop.
For all the money he's making.
Thunderous body shots there by Cotto. Trying to make one last statement in the fight. Cotto is staggered by that uppercut.
That's the experience that I was talking about.
Almost fell forward.
Floyd thinks so well going down the stretch. His mind is sharp at all times, and I think that's the advantage he's got right here at this stage.
Cotto wants to get back right now. He knows that the crowd saw that was the most badly hurt he's been in the fight. That uppercut, and there's another left uppercut for Mayweather. He's having a huge 12th round.
And it's interesting, Floyd didn't go all out for the knockout, but I think he's very satisfied feeling he's got a decision wrapped up now, and he's going to just play it safe, tick off the clock, so to say.
Going for the knockout would have introduced an element of risk
Yes.
with which his 42-0 record is not comfortable.
He will open the door and go through the door, but he's not going to barge into the room.
If he wanted to, I think he could have finished off.
The bell sounds. It was a terrific prize fight, and given what Cotto brought to the ring and the effort that he put forth, give Mayweather credit for a spectacular effort here tonight.
I thought it was a great effort tonight, but it's exactly what I expected.
Miss Jackson, Melissa Cotto, both women standing by their man.
I think, you know, there is a great deal of buzz and excitement here, but Mayweather clearly won the fight, and fans are likely to be disappointed when they hear the numbers.
Certainly, Miguel Cotto's Puerto Rican fans are likely to be disappointed. They don't have an unofficial score like Harold Letterman sitting with them in the audience. All right, let's look back now at a string of highlights which will tell you, at least as well as we can do it, the story of the fight. Mayweather early dominating with the right hand, particularly when he made a third round adjustment, started sweeping the right hand around the back of Miguel Cotto's glove. There's another one right there. And then Miguel Cotto in the middle rounds began to back Mayweather up against the ropes and find his opportunity to do damage. He landed body shots, he landed enough head shots to bring blood to Mayweather's nose and mouth. Cotto was very effective with his jab through the middle rounds. And the crowd was tremendously excited as Miguel mounted flurries in round 6, 7, 8. But then Floyd Mayweather began to target him with the right hand again. And late in the fight, he introduced another wrinkle, that left uppercut right there. And he would repeatedly landed left uppercuts. That gave him control of the fight once again, and he closed the show brilliantly in round 12, rocking Cotto with that left uppercut, which was the most powerful shot he landed in the fight, the one which almost prompted Cotto to fall forward onto his knees. And now Michael Buffer is standing by with the official decision. Let's hear it.
From the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. Dave Moretti and Patricia Morse-Jarman both have it 117, 111. Robert Hoyle 118 to 110. All three to the winner by unanimous decision. And no champion and still undefeated, Floyd Money Mayweather.
So the Cottos absorb only the third defeat of Miguel Cotto's brilliant career. And now, of course, fans will fixate on the fact that there's a viable comparison between what Cotto was able to do against Manny Pacquiao, not much, and what he was able to do tonight against Floyd Mayweather, a little more. And, of course, he couldn't finish the fight against Pacquiao, and he made it to the closing bell here. That's all really a technicality. As you look at the closing numbers, Mayweather landing 74 more punches, throwing 181 more punches. That surprises me just a little bit. And landing at a not particularly high connect percentage of 26%. Power shots, again, Mayweather's landing percentage is not all that big compared to other numbers in his career. And Cotto landing at 23%. Probably hoped he could do a little bit better than that. Punch zone numbers, and you'll see that 45 or 46, I should say, of Cotto's landed punches went to the body, 59 to the head. Mayweather was judicious in his body punching, landing 35 of those, doing it when he wanted to. But the big difference in the fight were the 127 punches that Mayweather landed to the left side and the chin of Cotto. A lot of those whipping right hands and left uppercuts. Let's go to Larry Merchant with Floyd Mayweather.
Thank you, Jim. And to end the suspense, I want to let you all know that Floyd graciously came to me yesterday and apologized for the incident last September. And I accepted it, and thank you for doing that very much.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
I appreciate it. You haven't been in a battle royal like this for a long time. What was it like?
Well, you know, when it's pay-per-view and the fans are paying and the fans are coming out to see you, you want to get the fans excitement. I don't
That
want
hasn't happened before, though. You haven't.
Well,
I mean, you were
exciting.
bloody tonight.
Yeah, well, it's about giving the fans excitement. That comes with the territory sometimes. We got to suck it up and fight hard. Miguel Cotto was a tough competitor. I knew this wasn't going to be an easy fight. So, you know, I had to go out there and execute the game plan and fight my heart out.
You felt your blood. What message does that send to you in a fight? Because we don't often see that.
Well, Miguel Cotto is a future Hall of Famer. He's not a pushover. He's tough. He's solid. I fought him at the weight that he wanted to fight at, 154, no catch weight, and he's a tough competitor. What else could I say?
What did he do that made it such a hard fight and gave you an opportunity to fight hard?
He came to fight. He didn't come for survival. He came to fight. So when you come to fight, and you come in with offense, and you come in the heat of battle, those things happen. So, you know, I bit down and fought hard like a true champion. But he's a tough competitor. What else can I say?
Floyd, you fought under this cloud that starting June 1st, you're going to have to go out of circulation for a while, put it that way.
Yes.
How have you dealt with that?
That comes with the territory, you know.
What territory?
I mean, things in life, you know, certain obstacles you face with certain obstacles in your life, so the only thing you could do is take the good with the good, you take the bad with the bad, and just keep striving.
Have you prepared yourself? You've lived the high life for all these years. You're proud of it,
Yes.
and now you're going into, you know, a lonely cell.
I'm blessed. What else can I say? I'm blessed, you know. Mayweather Promotions, the past, the present, and the future of sports and entertainment. And when June 1st come, only thing I can do is accept it like a true man would do.
What does this delay do to your schedule? Are you going to fight again in the fall? And if so, what's on the short list?
Well, I don't know. You know, this fight right here, I was looking to fight Manny Pacquiao. The fight didn't happen because, and I don't think the fight would happen because of Bob Arum. Bob Arum's in the way. He's stopping the Pacquiao fight. Let's get the fans what they want to see. They want to see Mayweather and Pacquiao.
So are you talking about fighting Pacquiao in the fall? Because it looks like Alvarez is not going to fight you. According to Oscar De La Hoya, when I asked him before, he doesn't think he's ready for you. And if you can't make Pacquiao, then who's on your list? Who are the guys?
Well, I can't see who's on my radar. You know, Miguel Cotto is one of the last of the Mohicans, so I can't really say who's next to Floyd Mayweather. But I must say, I want to thank all the fans that came out and flew out to Las Vegas. I got to thank the fans, everybody that bought pay-per-view. Thank you. Floyd Mayweather want to give you nothing but excitement and toe-to-toe battles.
One last question. Are you willing to come off what you say is your strong position that you have to get 60% against Pacquiao, especially when you're likely to have huge pay-per-view numbers tonight?
Well, like I said before, I've been trying to make the Pacquiao fight. I mean, Miguel Cotto didn't have a problem with taking the random blood and urine test, so why should he? If you're the best, take the test. And let's get the fans what they want to see, Mayweather Pacquiao.
Thank you very much, Floyd. Congratulations on your victory. Jim?
I hope that means the issue is drug testing, because I'm not sure that issue exists anymore. That's Miguel Cotto's mother kissing him in the dressing room. If you heard booing during the Mayweather interview with Larry Merchant, that booing came from those people in the crowd who were disappointed or disgusted that Cotto left the ring in a hurry and took his entire entourage and went back to the dressing room. He told our stage manager, Chris Jones, that he needed to go to the restroom. But it appears to us that he went because he wanted to be out of here. Now, Larry Merchant will go back to the dressing room and attempt to get a word with Miguel Cotto. Meanwhile, Emmanuel, you're the one who said that the 7-to-1 odds were wrong, that the odds should have been much closer, and from the tenor of the fight, no question, you were right.
Well, you know, Miguel Cotto is a good, solid fighter. But I will say this about Floyd Mayweather. I was more impressed with him tonight than hardly any fight since the Diego Corrales fight. He showed true grit. All fighters, regardless of how good your skill level is, you're going to run across that opponent once in a while, like Ali did with Kenny Norton, Joe Frazier, where you couldn't win just on his skill, and he had to sit down and fight. to just to fight his way through victory. And he did it tonight. But I thought that Floyd would do that because Floyd thinks very well going down the stretch.
At the end of the day, did Cotto fight the right fight? Did he do the best he could do?
I thought he just operated behind the jab better. He should have pushed the jab to get Floyd into the corner instead of just trying to bend down and squat. And when he was trying to fight in the center of the ring, bouncing around too much, that was not good for him. And he got hit with that club and right hand over and over and over. He just put his hand up. Floyd go right around the side. He never did try to let Floyd miss completely where he would lose his balance. So he fought a good fight, but he could have been better.
The fact that Floyd seemed to allow himself several times to be trapped against the ropes or in the corners and gave Cotto the chance to land some shots, including body shots, does that show you that at age 35 maybe his footwork isn't quite what it used to be?
But Floyd has always been pretty good at that. He never's been a real move-around guy too much. He did a lot of moving the last few rounds when he had to. But Floyd uses his shoulders and the right gloves to parry blows and roll. And if you look very closely, very seldom do he get hit clean. The only punch that he gets hits with mostly is a jab. But very few guys use the jab on him.
Mayweather seemed to be saying in the interview that the fight was more exciting because he wants to provide more exciting, and he understands that fans come to fights to see guys hit and get hit, and that in his view it would be better to fight this way. Do you agree that that might have been what he was doing?
Yeah, he did, but he didn't get hit that much. I mean, the blood was trickling, but he didn't get a lot of punches where his head would fly back, because Floyd fights with his head up high all the time. But he didn't get hit with that many real solid, devastating blows, if you look very closely. But it was a good fight, a good test, and I thought he came through very well. I was very impressed.
Larry, in a moment with Miguel Cotto, we hope. But first, let's look ahead to our next big pay-per-view. It involves a very famous fighter.